June the 19th, 2023. Guys, you're looking at the west coast of Africa. We've got two systems coming off of there. Both of them look like they're going to turn into pretty important systems. The one to your left here, or to the west, is now a tropical system. They're expecting it by Wednesday morning to become a hurricane. This thing's moving up now towards the Windward Islands. Behind it to the right, this is also expected it's a 40% chance of development, but it's following on the tail coats of the one in front of it. Now, we haven't seen this that much in the last few years, but I remember years back, and guys, you probably do too, that they would come in like this. One would kind of clear the way as far as absorbing Saharan sand layer of the clouds, but right now it doesn't seem to be a major factor. You can see some sand in the atmosphere above it, but I've seen it really dark before. And the first system will go in and absorb a lot of that sand. It will deplete the system, but it will be like the blocker for a running back. We'll see about that. But I wanted to show you these images before we went to the maps and the other info that's available. Now, it's been rough getting over this back surgery. 3 cuts, each cut was pretty serious. Today's the first day that since I got home, remember I did a video when I got in from the hospital, that I've been able to do this. So if you can't handle pain and it's a serious lower back operation, you may want to deal with what you got. Maybe not. We'll see. Mine was getting pretty bad. I put it off for a year. Well, I put it off really for 46 years. But last year they wanted to do it, and I put it off. There was too much going on with the hospitals. You guys all know what was happening. But I went ahead and done it, and it's taken right now is the 6th day. It's supposed to take about 3 days, and you can kind of move around a little bit. Like I said, today with a lot of they gave me pain medicine, muscle relaxers, stuff so you don't get sick from taking the pain pills and the muscle relaxers, things like that. And right now I'm able to sit on the edge of the bed with this laptop, so I'm not sure how the sound's going to work out or not. Anyway, that's out of the way. We got two systems coming in. I haven't looked at all the info, but we're going to share it together. First, let's look at the National Hurricane Center. This came out at 10:57 a.m. Eastern, so just almost an hour ago. First one is tropical depression number 3 as of 11 a.m. Atlantic Standard Time. The maximum sustained winds are 35 miles per hour. It is moving west at 18 knots or 20 miles per hour. Behind it, we have disturbance number 2. It's a 30% chance of formation in 48 hours. But if you go to the 7-day forecast, let's check it to see if it's increased on the 7-day. Now, remember, it went from 2 to 5, and now, it was 2 to 5-day forecast. Now it is a 7-day option. So going there, we are looking at, this is as of 8 a.m. this morning, 40% chance of cyclone development in the next 7 days. Eastern tropical Atlantic showers and thunderstorms have increased in association with a tropical wave located several hundred miles southwest of the Cabo Verde Islands. Further development of the system is possible, and a tropical depression could form within the next few days while the system moves westward at 10 to 15 miles an hour across the eastern and central tropical Atlantic. Now, this is Fox Hurricane down in Florida, guys, Sky Tower. They're saying this is Wednesday at 8 p.m. The screen's kind of small on this laptop. We got a Category 1, and that's going to continue through the Windward Islands. And Saturday by 8 a.m., we got a 75 mile per hour Category 1. Now, the waters are warm, and we got a heat wave, massive heat wave coming out of Texas and Louisiana, and it's going to get us here. Now, that's energy that hurricanes like. Right now, this is as far as Fox Hurricane takes out what's called Tropical Depression number 3, the first one. Now, this was updated about 30 minutes ago, guys, and The Navy is not showing a model on this particular computer model, but we do have the CMC, and it appears to be right here. This screen's terribly small for me and my old eyes, but it looks like it's tracking a little further south, and that's going to keep it out into the Caribbean. Possibly, we don't know if it'll make a direct hit into San Salvador or curve up into the extreme heated Gulf and the Gulf states, guys. As the days go through, then we'll know more about it. Most of the models are stopping it right here around San Juan. These other models, we'll see how it conforms. National Hurricane Center has got it following this model through the Windward Islands into the San Juan area. Again, these models were just, let me look, 18 minutes old. So the only people that have anything on this are the TAB, the TABS, and the TABM. CMC is not here yet. Neither is the Navy. This is all new information. As the afternoon goes on, we'll know more about it. And it shows it making a much further north curve. We'll wait and see. Once it becomes a tropical depression, then they will start doing more modeling on it. But I'm sure the other people will step into this soon. Again, they've only had 18 minutes or 19 minutes now to input their data. Now, this is our Canadian model. Ones are the ones that I always compare it and the Navy model, and sometimes eventually they will come together very near the point of impact. What we're seeing here is the storms developing in the mid-Atlantic, coming across the Windward Islands here, coming south or due west, excuse me, almost landfalling, and then entering up through the straits between Yucatan and Canada, right off the tip of western Canada. And watch it here, and we'll see it enter into the Gulf of Mexico, right there. Move back out of the way. Coming up just south of Florida. This is on June. That would be. Let me check the time. Do it again. Just a little draw, you guys. Hang in there with me. All right. Well, we've got stopping there in the Gulf here on June the 29th. Okay, we got that one. Second one, it's showing again more of a northerly trot, and that's what that is doing, is pushing against this high pressure, guys. And that may be just the opposite of what I was talking about. In other words, when we're talking about one storm in front of the other one, taking out the Saharan dust cloud. Here, this one may be taking advantage of the high pressure, moving back north and northeast, and that in itself, you'll see it put a dent in the high pressure system. That high pressure system in the orange, denting back, is where that's what's going to steer the storm entering the Gulf on the 29th. Even though the Navy has not updated their spaghetti model we were just looking at, that was just a few minutes old, here it's showing it again crossing the windwards, and by June the 26th maybe, let's see, right there, June the 26th, it's around the San Juan area. Now, it does seem to have more of a northerly track, maybe through the Bahamas. We'll see. Either way, Florida, I would keep an eye on this storm. Now, you've got, let's see, today's the 19th, so you've got approximately 9 to 10 days. Now, are you going to wait before you get extra batteries and water? And if you're in low-lying areas, those type of preps. Now, you know that I'm going to be on top of this. Today's the first day that I felt that I could do a video. And I'm just saying it's not for the faint of heart. But anyway, 29th, possible enter into the Gulf, South Florida area. We know these are going to change. But right now, according to this older Navy model, they're in conjunction as far as the approximate area. Both are inside the U.S. Hurricane model, and what the U.S. Hurricane Center does is put an average of all the models, and that's where we saw that cone showing where it was going to become a hurricane. Now, this shows it again, San Juan area, and it will interact with higher ground there. It could slow it down. We don't know. it depends on the strength of the storm. We are definitely deep into hurricane season, 19 days officially. And we knew that we were going to see some stuff coming. So the time is to be ready. I want to look at the National Weather Service for a minute. I was mentioning the heat in this Texas and across the southeast, and that's going to warm the water up too. Now, for our friends in the Mobile, Alabama area, this is where I want to start, coming out of the National Weather Service. You got a hurricane warning, or excuse me, a tornado warning. We had, guys, we've been in tornadoes this entire week that I've been down, and that's a strain in itself. You can't get up and you can't move fast to try to help out if you get in a bad situation. We've been without power a couple times, but we got ours back on maximum a couple of hours. They've gone off as they were repairing people down line, but there are friends in the area that haven't had it uh, their lights on now in almost a week, maybe a few more days before they get. I don't know if there's a shortage of supplies, guys, out of that make the transformers and things like that. I don't know what's going on with it, but it's taking an extra long time. And a lot of tornadoes, a lot of damage down here. Texas is the same thing. But this has been very unusual, guys. This day I got out of the hospital, I was showing the systems moving across the Gulf of Mexico that were real intense. That hasn't changed. And it may happen twice a day. One get woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning, whatever. Very unusual patterns. And that's all going to mix here very soon. Within 10 days, we're going to start seeing a mixture of this heat and moisture and possible hurricanes. Now, this is saying a tornado warning remains in effect until 1:15 p.m. for south central Baldwin County. It says at 12:51 p.m. CDT, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located 5 miles southwest of Magnolia Springs or 8 miles southeast of Point Clear, moving east at 10 miles an hour. Radar indicated rotation. Impact. Flying debris would be dangerous to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be damaged or destroyed. Damage to roofs, windows, and vehicles will occur. Tree damage is likely. This dangerous storm will be near the town of Magnolia Springs around 1:15 p.m. So that's what they got up now. Let's look at the overall map. Now national map. Now the national map, it tells the story. You've got heat advisories in the orange. It surrounds all of the center of Texas, moves through Louisiana, and is now in south central Mississippi, actually just one county below us. The storms have been unreal. You guys and Lauren and up in the Raleigh area, we watched as the storms came around us last night. We lost power for a few moments. It's been like that daily though here, and I'm very concerned about what's coming up. But in the purple, guys, let's scroll this down. These are excessive heat warnings right there, and that's what we're seeing covering Texas, most of Louisiana, coming also to the border of Louisiana and Mississippi. All of this is going to move east. How will that affect the hurricanes? This is going to warm the outer waters of the Gulf as it moves across this warmer, dry land. And most of the gray areas you see here, these are air quality alerts, and that's more than likely caused by smoke. We'll take a quick look at it on this computer. I'm going to see if I can get there. Had to let this thing, I hadn't used it since 2021, this laptop. But let me see if we can get some more information on the smoke situation. Now, looking over southwestern Canada there, guys, it looks like this system is pulling a lot of smoke up with it. That may keep it from moving down into the U.S. from this point. Now, I've noticed several days out the window here in the bedroom that yellow haze in the sky. And I think that was an effect of the wildfires from Canada. I've seen the same thing here in central Mississippi on the Gulf of Mexico from Saharan sand. Either way, it's not healthy to breathe. It's not healthy for your animals. But this system is possibly absorbing some of it. What I'm going to do now that I'm able to set up, guys, I can set up and look at the other things that we talk about. So just bear with me. let's see, it was I did a video Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, man. It's been a minute, hadn't it, guys? But I had to just do what I could do, and that was hang on because, well, I just talked to my neurosurgeon, called me, and I told her it had been a little bit rough, and she said, "What's happened after all those years?" And like I said, I was 21 when I first hurt my back, car wreck down in Gulfport. She said after all of those years, all of that compression in my back that had pinched all those nerves is flowing so fast. And what it is, guys, is it's like leg cramps and spasms that may go on as long as you move. Sometimes you may just have to sit up and kind of rub your legs because you can't lay down. Then when you lay down, you take the weight off your legs and everything flows. And it's like a severe leg cramp in both legs. It will not go away. And I'm not making excuses, but there was no way I could do it. So I'm glad today that I can. But guys, again, we're watching this. I know there's more information than this going on. Let me update because this was the first thing I thought about it. I had looked at this on my phone and my wife's tablet. I'm on the laptop now, so I knew the storms were out there. I just couldn't put it together and set up long enough to do this. But guys, we're watching it. I'm gonna do a quick edit and get this up to you. It's a heads up. Be safe.